Hello survivors and welcome to another video. In this video we're going to be taking a first look at Olivia, who is an upcoming promo character. We'll just go straight into it. She has got 1505 attack, 1720 defense and 2150 HP. Her trait is strong and she is classified as a support character. Now, adrenaline rush is called Hysteria and it has got an 85 AP cost. Confuse up to 4 enemies for 2 turns. Those enemies get minus 50% defense for 2 turns. This character gains 100% bonus HP. It is a slow rush in terms of it being 85 AP cost, but if we just compare it to just the recently released Roxy, who is, I would say, much more free to play accessible than this character is going to be, the drop off in power between Roxy's rush and this rush is huge. Roxy is stun 2 for 3 turns. Confuse is obviously much better than stun because not many people will run resists on Confuse as much as they will run stun resists. The defense down is massive, absolutely massive, especially on a defense team, because defense teams don't do much damage, whereas when that goes off, they're going to start doing huge amounts of damage. The character gains 100% bonus HP is nasty, but obviously that can be bypassed with bleed, that can be bypassed with burn, so you can counter that. But it's not very easy to counter things like defense down. There's nothing you can do about that, and you can't really do too much about Confuse because you can't run Confuse resist really on your attack teams because you just need stun resist so much. Especially when she's a strong character, she's going to be next to other strong characters who are going to have stun on attack. Now she has got a new active skill which brings something brand new into the game, kind of like what Roxy did in terms of bringing something brand new into the game. But this one looks very powerful in comparison. It has an initial cooldown of 2 and a cooldown of 4, and it has a number of uses of 5. This is massive in terms of what it's going to bring. Up to 3 enemies get 55% slow for 3 turns. Now the way slow works is a character under the effect of slow has the AP cost of their rush increased by a percentage value while the status is active. So Olivia's slow is 55%. That means someone who has a rush cost of 85 will now have a rush cost of 132, which obviously would take a lot of turns to get to. Without having an AP leader, that's 6 turn rush basically, and by the time you can actually get that up, you're going to actually get slowed again because the cooldown is 4 turns. So you can get chain slowed for 5 times in a row effectively. 3 characters can get chain slowed. This character is nasty, absolutely nasty. Now there's no way to currently resist slow with mods, but it is likely that that will appear in the future because of the effect type. It's the same sort of effect type as what, you know, a Confuse. It's the same sort of effect type as a stun, you know, impair, so there's most likely going to have a resist mod pop up in the future. Now not only does she have a pretty amazing rush once it actually goes off, it is a little slow, but once it goes off it's amazing. And not only does she have an amazing active skill which is brand new, it's going to be very hard to come up against, but she also has one of the best specialist skills without a doubt. Having Guardian 2 is one of the best defensive specialist skills, and I think all round this character just straight off is just so strong in every single area. Straight up comparison to Roxy, who is pretty much average in every single area. It just gets a little bit disheartening when that sort of thing comes along, but what can you say? Now she has got an attached weapon, and it is Olivia's defensive Sledgehammer. It has got 30% base defense, 15% HP, which is obviously the upgrade slot. You can put whatever you want here. I'd probably go AP on attack to get that rush off as quickly as possible, or you could just make her so tanky that she's just going to rely on getting those active skills off, which actually wouldn't be too bad an idea. And then lastly, she has an off trait special, which is absolute defense. I think she's the only strong character that actually has absolute defense in the game, other than the axe, which you can get absolute defense on. So there's all round, this character is just immense. Like, her rush is insane. It is a bit slow, but it is insane. If that goes off, it is a good night to an attack team because, like I said, those defenses don't have much damage, but now they will. That active is obviously brand new. You cannot resist it right now. Resist may come in the future, but you cannot resist it. And if she gets that off once, basically you're done. She's going to be useful on an attack team because of that as well, especially against these super fast defense teams. And to top it off, she has a specialist skill, which is Guardian. I mean, you could basically lean towards any of these ways. You could make her more a Guardian active skill character and just ignore her rush and not try and get AP. But then if you want to, you could lean more towards her rush and ignore her Guardianness. You could try and do everything. She's got so much potential, this character, on attack and defense. And like I said, like, it would be great to have an even character half as good as this once in a while. I guess we did get Michelle. That was the best character we definitely had for a long time. And her rush was good. Her leader skill was good. Her active is actually pretty good as well. So all round, she's actually a pretty good character. So we have had one of those characters, but unfortunately we don't get too many of those unless you drop massive amounts of coins on a character that is just leagues ahead of everybody else that gets released, basically. And when you see characters get released that, or not get released as it has been, Legacy Ascendables just haven't been released for so long, it just makes Lockdown a sad guy. That's what I'm saying. It just makes Lockdown a sad guy. I want to see some characters that are going to actually change my roster. I want to enjoy stuff. I want to have fun. And I don't think I should have to drop huge amounts of money to have fun on a game. Personally, I spend like at least $15 to $20 a month just chilling out. And that's more than I'd spend on most games that I'd have more fun in, you know? So it's getting to that frustrating point right now. But that's the way it is. This character is immensely strong. If you do pull for her, even if you do a 1 pull or a 10 pull or a 40 pull, and you get lucky, you're going to have a character that's going to make the difference. And she can be used on the attack teams and defense teams. But just be aware that that active skill, potentially in the future, there could be a resist that comes out. But even then, it's not too much of a big deal because you still probably have to run stun resist just because stun is so powerful and so everywhere at the moment. But do tell me what you think about Olivia as a brand new character. That's the end of my video. Thank you very much for tuning in. And as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.